It is NaNoWriMo in 4 days. Are you panicking yet? Hello everyone, it's me Sarah, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought it would be fun to go through all of the things that I'm going to be using for NaNoWriMo, the tools to help me draft, the things to keep me inspired and motivated, a NaNoWriMo survival kit basically, because everybody's doing this and I felt a little bit left out. The first thing on my list is obviously my computer. Can't do it without you, babe. Yeah, that's it basically. It's a computer, there's not much to show. But in regards to what I'm going to be using on my computer to do all of the drafting for the 2 whole novels that I'm going to be writing in 30 days, I use Scrivener. I use Scrivener for everything, except this time where I've actually used another program as well, but we'll get to that. So yeah, Scrivener, Windows, yeah. I don't know what else to say about that. These are the 2 project files I have got up. This is Project Theft, which, you know, has all of its scenes nicely outlined, which is fantastic. This is Abingdon House, which literally just has empty files for all of the characters. And that's basically it. I should really sort those out before November hits, actually, shouldn't I? Oops, I'll add that to my list of things I need to do. So the way that I'm going to be using Scrivener is the way that I always use Scrivener. So this is Project Theft. I've got here everything that's got a first draft written across it. That's literally just, I've written a first draft of what that scene needs to contain. I've got my Save the Cat beats here over at the top. And then I will have to set up, I've started setting up even here a chapter outline. I'm going to be writing it in chapters because trying to write a scene by scene with multiple POV is not going to be very good. Same with Abingdon House, I write it chapter by chapter. And what I'm literally going to be doing is I will have one scene here and then you can split screen. I always split screen. I don't need that there, to be fair. So I'll have my outline on this one side here. And then I will have what I'm typing over on this side so I can always easily reference back. That is how I write everything that I do on Scrivener. It's what I'm currently using to rewrite Project Faye. Project Body Swap, I have a physical manuscript to rewrite from that. But yeah, that's how it was. It's just easier that way. Split screen, Scrivener. You gotta love it. The next tool that I'm going to be using to aid in my drafting is Google Docs. Now, I don't use Google Docs to physically draft my novels, but the majority of notes I have for both Project Theft and Abingdon House are actually on Google Docs. I started writing them on there. I was at the house maybe, or I just didn't want to use Scrivener, or I just didn't want to use Word. One of those two. I think I sent some of Project Theft, the notes anyway, to a couple of friends to give it a read through as well, so that's why they're on there. So yeah, we've got Google Docs going on which have all my notes on, which I don't want to try and be referring to, you know, very often while I'm drafting, but if I do need to research something I can make a note of it, and then obviously after I've done my words for the day I can go back and add it in if I need to. There are my characters for Project Theft. Here's my Project Theft 1. It's basically got some abilities, what happens in some of the books because it's a series, bits about people's relationships and how they act with each other, etc, etc. It's very character driven, to be fair. And Abingdon House is basically all my world building notes, all of my story notes, all of my character notes. There's my Save the Cat beats per, broken down into word count. Right there. Google Docs, it's got all my notes on it. If I need to use them, I'll need to use them. Speaking of Google Docs and all of the world building notes I have in regards to Abingdon House on there, the next thing I'm going to be using is my series Bible, which looks a little bit like this because it's completely and utterly 100% empty at the moment. Look, I have to do character notes and character backstory, and that just goes against everything that I believe in as a writer. So much so that I'm not going to be doing character notes to put in my series Bible for Abingdon House, and I've got the very, very basics of their personality and their age, and I've had to do their birthday because of how old they are when they're in school. And yeah, I'm just basically gonna make them up as I go along in the novel and then add stuff to the story Bible as I go, because I don't like to prepare myself or whatsoever when I write, clearly. This is the rest of my series Bible, just writing down all the notes. I haven't taken anything out, so literally that's all I have for all of the characters at the moment, is just their values, their flaws, their traits, their virtues, and then how old they are. And then I've started, and I say started because this is the only one I've done, doing some race building. Is that the correct term? For the races that are going to be in the first book, at least, because it's a magical realism. Things like werewolves and vampires and mermaids and all of that exist, but they just naturally exist within the world. So obviously they're going to have some effect on how the world operates and how they integrate in the world. So it's working out things like how are they created and where do they live and what jobs do they do and how do they contribute to society in the special powers ways that they have, sort of thing. So for example, with vampires, there's a vampire donation bank where people can go and donate their blood for vampires, and vampires who work in the medical field specialising in blood work, and think that's what I have to work out. Not that it's going to be that integral to the plot of Abingdon House in book 1, but I like to know these things so I can sort of hint at them or allude to them, and then I can work upon them a little bit more later. The last thing I'm going to be using in regards to my drafting is the Save the Cat beat sheet. I do a Save the Cat beat sheet for literally every novel that I write now, mostly because it's easier to use, for me at least, in regards to pacing things. I know that I'm going to have an issue with pacing if I have an issue filling in the gaps in Act 1 or Act 2 or Act 3. The book also contains a lot of fantastic work in regards to character, in regards to genre and the types of things that should be happening in your novel. So Save the Cat all the way for me. My Save the Cat beat sheets are here on the back of my desk. This one is for Abingdon House. I don't think I've got one for Project Theft, actually. Should do that. But yeah, that just lives there. So when I'm writing on here, I have the beats right there. Ooh, and then, you know, I've always got a reference. I'm a very visual person. I can't take in information if I hear it. I have to be looking at it, and the more visual representations of my novel that I have, the better. We also have here my storyboard for Abingdon House as well, color coded, so I know how much of the novel is focusing on the main plot, how much of the novel is focusing on character, how much of the novel is focusing on subplot and something else, world building. The purple and the pink, you really can't tell the difference between very well. One's a bit lighter, one's a bit darker. But that should be sticking in the front of my series Bible, but it keeps falling out. So I'm just gonna, it's just gonna stay in the drawer now. Oh yeah, that's cold. Desk is very messy. Look, it's a corner desk that I've made up out of 2 different desks because I wanted the extra space, but this desk is always just dumped with lots of crap that I don't need. And then there's my lovely pile of stuff there at the bottom. My little footsie there. Here, if I turn him around, whoop, keeps my feet nice and cozy and warm. Yay, cozy foot bear. My desk is my desk and my partner's old desk, which I've sort of made into a very, very awkward corner desk. And I say awkward because when he's sitting at his desk here, his chair is like here, and then I have to scoot myself like this to get past the gap between his chair and my desk. But it's just easier for me to have it this way rather than have the other side of the desk. That way I can fit under this desk right here that this is on easily. Oh, I can see myself in the back of this computer. Hi. Don't. The next things on my NaNoWriMo survival kit are my objects, I guess, to help with tracking and writing. So first of all, obviously, my bullet journal, my trusty bullet journal, which I don't fill in very often, very well at all whatsoever. You can see, oh damn it, I need to do my, I need to do my bullet journal for November. It's empty. Add that to the list. As you can see, there's not much written in it at all whatsoever. I don't have enough going on in my life to warrant the full use of a bullet journal. It does not stop me at all from creating it and barely using it. But we have my NaNoWriMo word count tracker. I've got 2 separate trackers to use. This is going to be a daily word count tracker, so I know how much I'm writing, because I've got a strict word count goal for at least the first 10 days that I need to stick to. And then I've got my colour in tracker here, so every time I hit a specific word count, I will colour it in until it is all coloured and filled in. Ignore these 3 for now. 100k is my goal. 130k is the goal that I want to do if I want to write both novels in full. That's my extra goal. To go with my bullet journal, we of course have my pens. These are my 3 pencil cases. They are chock-a-block full of pens. I have more pens here, some more pens down there. I have some pens hidden away in here. There's some pens over here. Like, I have pens everywhere in regards to the bullet journal. Will I really be using all of these pens? Not really, but I have lots to choose from to use in my tracker, so there we go. I also have my washi tape. This is my washi tape collection. That's how big that is. And yeah, now my washi tape is a very, very important tool when it comes to NaNoWriMo, because I get very distracted by my word count, which is not a good thing. So what I do is I take some washi tape, I will take off a piece of washi tape, and I'll stick it over the word count on Scrivener, so I don't know my word count. Like this. Usually I'll need 2 or 3 pieces so I can't see underneath. But I will do that at least once a day, because the washi tape doesn't last that long. It will come off eventually. Just so I can't check my word count, just so I don't get anxious about how much I'm writing or not writing. And then once I'm done with the word sprint, I'll take it off and check the word count. And I will add it onto the next thing that I need, which is my Postit Notes. I have 2 types here. I don't know where the hell the rest of them are. I do have more somewhere. You can see here on this one exactly how I'm going to be using these Postit Notes in regards to NaNoWriMo. It's for my word count when I do my sprints, because I am going to be in competition with myself to see how much I can write per sprint. I need to reach 1700 in 30 minutes in order to beat my record, which is 1600 something something. So basically what I do is I will, obviously not that bit there, but I will write down my word count at the end of a sprint, and then I'll write down the next word count at the end of the next sprint and see how much I've done. And my washing machine is so loud. And this sort of makes itself present next to me, whether on the pad itself or whether just a piece stuck to the desk, just so I can keep track of my word count for the day or while I'm in the middle of doing writing sprints, so I have less to calculate, I guess. Highlighters are the next thing that I use. I'm going to be using these to colour in my bullet journal. I'm going to be using these to colour in my bullet journal when I reach my 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, etc. words. That's literally the only use that I have for them. I'm going to be using something new this time, which I'm a little bit nervous about. Inspired by Kate Kavanagh, I will be using a speech-to-text diction app. I have never done diction before in my entire life. I feel like I'm not going to be very good at it, but I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to see if it works for me on those days where I'm not bothered to type. I've never actually even used it before. Hello, how are you? Question mark. That's so cool. That's not what I said, but okay. It's going to be really awkward to use, but I've been meaning to give it a go for a very, very long time now. So we're just going to give it a go now. Why not? What better time than NaNoWriMo? Am I right? I'm right. I'm a mum. I'm never wrong. So there you go. This is Squish Bunny. This is the Squish Bunny, which lives on my desk. I think its official name is Beth. It's Squish Bunny. I have Squish Bunny for when I get a little bit sort of anxious about what I'm writing, or like the goal I have to do, or I'm struggling with writing. So Squish Bunny is there just so I can give him a little nice and calm, like a little squishy squish squish. So Squish Bunny is there to help me out. Also in that same vein, I have my fluffy pencil. It's Rapunzel. I don't know if you can see Rapunzel, that's her hair. Yeah, to write notes with if I need to write notes with, but also I'm very obsessed with sort of just like rubbing the fluffy pencil on my face as I'm doing stuff. It's very calming. It's like there's a cat rubbing up on my face, but I don't have a cat. I'm weird, don't even, okay? Squish Bunny and my pencil, okay? It's just nice. Squish Bunny. Now, to help me stay motivated, because God, I'm gonna need it, I have stuff. I'm going to be listening to ASMR, and I'm going to be listening to Lindsay Sterling. ASMR, fluffy microphone, no talking. It sounds like the wind, or it sounds like waves on a beach. It's just, oh, it's very, very nice. I'm very, very picky about which ones in specifically I listen to. I don't like the ones that sort of stop and start with the different patterns. I like the ones that are just like a continuous sound. So I have a few favorites that I need to listen to, so I can do that, and it just becomes sort of like a background white noise for me, which sort of goes against like listening to it, but it sort of helps drown everything out. It helps keep me focused as a background noise. Lindsay Sterling, obviously, she's absolutely amazing, and I absolutely love her music, and it's just the type of music that I like to listen to, things that don't have vocals to distract me. And just the music and her music videos for those music, it's just so inspiring and imaginative, and I just absolutely love it. Speaking of inspiring though, okay, there is a specific channel that I watch on YouTube. I don't know what it is about this channel. It is just so calming and so inspiring to watch this channel. The channel is called Liziki. I will link down one of my favorite videos below in the description box, but you guys have to check this person out. She is like a Disney princess, like seriously. This is Liziki. Just beautiful, very, very inspiring, very sort of what I need to, like, if I want to get in the mood to write. Just watch a few of her videos. There's something about the music and the scenery and like the natural ASMR that's going on. Try it. Just try it. The Discord server Sprint team they're going to keep me motivated, because I just feel like I'm going to be using them more. Very, very fun group of people. Very, very inspiring, seeing all of the word counts that everyone is putting into their work. It's a nice chat with the community as well. I'm going to be utilising them a lot more than I usually do, because I'm going to need the help, and I'm going to need the spurring on and the support. Trying to do my stupid word count. The next thing I'm going to be using are AuthorTube live streams. I'm going to be using my Google Calendar for that. Literally what I have been doing is every morning and evening I'm looking for every single live stream I can possibly find, and I'm adding it to my Google Calendar. This is what it looks like at the moment. These are all live streams. This is the 1st of November. Look at all of them damn live streams, and basically every single live stream that I can find is going on this Google Calendar. I'm never going to be without a live stream. There's always more than likely going to be one going on, and I'm going to know exactly where it is. It is a public Google Calendar as well, guys. It is linked down in the description below for you guys to use if you want to. Other people are going to help me write this year. Don't do a bad job. The next thing I'm going to be utilising in regards to my NaNoWriMo survival kit are rewards. I'm not writing 100,000 plus words without some promise of a reward. So for every 10,000 words that I write, I'm going to give myself a reward. I'm going to start off small. It's going to be like a nice treat from the shop, like some cheesecake. It's going to be a trip to Costa Coffee where I can get a hot chocolate with marshmallows and whipped cream. Maybe a caramel hot chocolate. We'll see how it goes. And then those prizes are slowly going to grow into some new washi tape or some new pens or a new notebook, which I don't need because I already have like 20 that I don't use. And it's going to end with something like a new mug or a new jumper to keep me nice and warm and cozy in the winter. And I'm going to be looking forward to all of those rewards that I want to help keep me motivated. I would use snacks, but I give myself a snack and go, you can eat these 3 Oreo cookies when you've done with your words, and I just ignore myself and eat the Oreo cookies first. And then I don't write the words. So, yeah, rewards that I physically have to buy after I've written the 10,000 words, it is. Water, can't survive without water. This is my bottle at the moment. It's just got a nice S on it. It is broken as well. This is the second bottle I've bought that's broken, like within 2 months of me having it, which I'm very, very disappointed about. You know, it works, so. And then finally, guys, the most important thing in my NaNoWriMo survival kit. Without this specific thing, there is no way I would be able to write even 1 word per day, okay? Without this thing, I would not be able to be a writer, okay? Prepare yourself. My tea. And of course, you can't have tea without mugs. Will I have enough tea to last me for the entirety of the month of November? I hope so. Doesn't count all of the tea that is inevitably going to go cold while I write, so I'm going to have to remake myself another one. I don't have a problem. That is definitely a lot more things than I thought I would have in my NaNoWriMo survival kit. Like, once I started looking, I did not stop till I reached the squish bunny. So that is everything that I'm going to be using this NaNoWriMo to try and survive 100,000 words and 2 full novels. Why am I doing this to myself? Let me know down in the comments below, what are the key things in your NaNoWriMo survival kit? Are you ready for the 1st of November? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Good thoughts and happy writing.